When we small business owners have uncertainty about our businesses, it creates fear and overwhelm. With fear and overwhelm comes a loss of control. We have no clarity about the future. We fight fires every single day, and we use gut feel to make business decisions. We stay up nights worrying about whether or not we're going to make payroll. We stay up nights worrying about whether or not we're going to get new business, and if we get new business, are we going to do it profitably? We stay up nights worrying about whether or not we can pay our personal bills and what we're going to tell our spouses when we can't. We stay up nights worrying about what could possibly go wrong next, and we fear the embarrassment, emotional, and economic loss associated with total and complete failure. On the other hand, when you have control over your business, you have clarity about the future. You know what tomorrow will bring, and if tomorrow takes a different turn, you know how to handle it. You have the right tools and the right information to make the right business decisions. And you have all the contingencies covered. And as a result, you're able to enjoy more profit and income, pay all of your bills, have no more challenging discussions with your spouse about getting another job, and at the same time, increase the value of your business. In short, you have a business that works. My name is Michael Barbarita from Next Step CFO, and at Next Step CFO, we are a contracted Chief Financial Officer services firm. And we are providing services and producing information products that give clarity and control to small business owners, helping them make the right business decisions that lead to multiple six figures in profit and income and seven figures in business value. With over 30 years of experience in actually owning retail, manufacturing, and service companies, I truly understand the risks and opportunities of business ownership. And over the last 10 years, I've been providing clarity to small business owners through business and cash flow forecasting, key performance indicators or metrics, and business ownership experience. In this short video, and the free short videos that I put together for you available for download, I'm going to show you how to gain more clarity and control over your business, as well as helping you make better business decisions. I basically answer frequently asked questions by business owners, as well as questions that business owners should ask. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you how to get those other free videos. So sit back and enjoy. In this video, we're going to talk about overhead. In most businesses, the largest part of their expense base is rent, payroll, advertising, and insurance. Focus on managing these expenses will provide you with the biggest bang for the buck. Overhead is generally a fixed cost. One thing I have seen too often is companies have a tendency to grow their overhead almost as fast as their sales, and there's no real benefit to that. The value in sales growth is once you cover your overhead or fixed costs, the gross profit of additional sales falls to the bottom line and really accelerates your income and profit. If you grow overhead as fast or nearly as fast as sales, the sales growth you experience has little value, and you have now increased your break-even point as a result of your overhead increase. We business owners think it's impossible to renegotiate the rent because we have a lease, but the landlord does not want to lose a tenant, especially a commercial tenant, where they would have to do another build out and or deal with the cost of vacancy. Most landlords understand cash flow problems because many of them have experienced cash flow problems themselves in their real estate businesses and in real estate downturns. What I found to be the best way to negotiate with the landlord is to show them your financial statements and show them what concessions you need in the short term based on the financial position of your business. Then show the landlord how you're going to pull through the difficult times and how his rent concessions are necessary in order to pull through. Be as open as possible. If you have to, you can add the concession money to the back end of the lease, or you can add another year to the lease as a way to give the landlord something for the concession. It's important to note that you need to do this before you get behind or extremely behind with the rent. There's usually always a way to cut payroll, whether it's by laying off employees or reducing employee hours. Certainly you work to keep your A players and let go the inferior workers. In retail, another strategy to cut payroll is to change the hours, the store operating and closing time, so that there's only one 8 to 9 hour shift. I don't like cutting advertising, but there are ways to cut advertising without making a dramatic impact on sales. If you have been tracking what works for you, which is totally recommended, you must do this, then of course you'll know what to cut by eliminating the advertising that's not working. But other ways to cut advertising is by reducing sizes of ads, changing from 4-color to 2-color printing, developing more of a web presence using search engine optimization strategies, or doing more 10-second cut-ins on the radio versus 60-second spots. If you have not been tracking your advertising, then you must make difficult, uneducated choices as to what to cut. One of the biggest, strongest recommendations I have is that during good times, we business owners must test a variety of forms of advertising. And we should do it in inexpensive ways. For example, testing a demographic of 300 to 500 potential customers to see if that demographic works, to see what messages work. We do this because too many times, I've been in front of clients during poor economic times, and they end up guessing as to what advertising to do and to run. And what ends up happening when they're guessing is that the advertising campaigns are usually unsuccessful, and the problem of the bad economy and their reduction in sales gets worse. Basically, what they're doing at that point is throwing a Hail Mary pass into the end zone, where what I'm suggesting is that you simply do testing during good times, test different forms of media, test different colors, messages, test different demographics, so that you will know what works and what doesn't. And you do it with small, inexpensive tests. Very, very, very important. With insurance, start with health insurance. Get quotes from 4 health insurance providers. What I found is that although rates are basically the same, you'll find one creative provider who will figure out a way to cut your medical insurance costs to the lowest possible amount. You may also have to reduce the employer-paid portion and put more of the cost burden on the employees, but also increasing deductibles and participating in whatever the deductible was the previous year to the present deductible is another strategy. For example, let's say that the current deductible that your employees have is $1,000. Get a health insurance policy with a $3,000 deductible, and you cover the difference between the $1,000 and the $3,000. Now, this especially works with younger, healthier employees, because then they don't go to the doctors as much, or their families don't go to the doctors as much. So that's another strategy that I've seen work. With respect to commercial insurance, get quotes from 4 commercial insurance providers. Commercial insurance carriers get very competitive and usually sharpen their pencils quite well on general liability insurance policies. And if you have an umbrella policy, reassess the need to continue it. Here's a little insurance example. I had a client in the construction business that had an umbrella policy that was costing them $17,000 per year. However, the only reason for the umbrella policy was to bid on huge commercial jobs. The previous year, they have never won a bid of any of these large commercial jobs. They weren't even close, nor do they have the talent to do them, by the way. But large commercial jobs were not the market that they should have competed in. Their sweet spot was mid-range jobs that did not require them to carry any umbrella insurance. So we dropped the umbrella insurance and saved $17,000. If we did not analyze the insurance expense, we never would have known. In closing, most business owners wait until there's a downturn in their business before they assess the size of their overhead. Assessing the size of overhead should be an ongoing process, no matter how good or how bad business is. The key to managing overhead is to review your P&L every single month
And if an expense is higher than it was the previous year, you need to know why. The next step is to pick 3 expenses every month and get competitive quotes to stay on top of changes in prices in the marketplace for that particular product or service.
Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, I have 19 other short, free videos just like it available for download. All you need to do is go to www.nextstepcfo.net, click on the link that says free videos, and we'll download those to you immediately. I look forward to helping you.